Hey guys, Matt here, Hollywood's Garage. Today we're working on the Ventura Turbo LS. I'm running out of fuel. Let's put it short, right to the point. Running out of fuel. I got a 340 LPH pump in there now. It came with the Holley drop-in kind of like in-tank fuel system setup. I'll show it to you there when I get it pulled out. So instead of going to like a 525 or it's the 420, the 460, 450 LPH pump, Walboro pump. I'm gonna go two 340s. The one in there now is a really good one. So it's 340 at 60 PSI, which is where you want to be with an LS, right? But we're turboed, so you go to one-to-one reference. For 10 pounds, you're adding 10 pounds above that to your regulator. So we're just at the limit of that pump. Injectors too a little bit too, but we'll put a double pump in. This pump's gonna have a ball valve in it, so if it goes bad, the other one still takes over. The one I bought is off an Amazon special. It's the Quantum brand. It's a medium price. It's not cheap. It's not the expensive one, so we'll go with that one. So we're gonna go dual. Right now it's an 8 AN up to, I guess, fuel rails to the regulator. We're gonna go dual 8 out of the sniper kit, which actually only has provisions for one pump. So we're gonna make it 2. We'll try 2 anyway. We'll take it out and see what I can do. Put 2 pumps in that. It'll fit into the tank and everything. It's just gonna be the outsourced part, but we'll make it work, okay? This is what we do. We're cheap on a budget. I'm not gonna buy a whole new thing. Yeah, I could go to a 525 pump, but they don't usually do 525 at 60. They'll go like at 40 or 45 PSI. And I'd rather have the PSIs turned up, so we'll go in this route, obviously. So I got about a quarter tank left in it now. I could go a little less. I could even drain a jerry can out of it, drop a tank, but we're gonna try this. It's only about 2 bolts, 3 for the neck. I'll undo one of the wiring harness for the fuel pump. I'll keep the lines connected. Might take off the vent line on the other side. It's a rubber one, like the old school vent line. And that tank should drop. And then after that, we pull the pump out, 6 or 8 torques, pull the pump out. We'll rig the other one in, put our Y in. We already have the Y bought here. Right here, it's 2 into 1. Got the extra line fittings. Got my other outside tied to the pump. Spare 8- line here. And then I actually have this 8 in here that actually I'll end up probably using, to be honest. I'll probably cut it. I only need about 3/4 of that or half of that. So they got it straight on there. So we can even use that. From going into 2 into 1, the Y, we'll do that all in the back, obviously, like in the back area, you'll see all that change. So first things first is, let's get underneath there, start unplugging, disconnecting things, and then getting those 2 straps undone, and then the bolt, like I said, for the filler neck, and we'll get it dropped. So this is what I'm talking about for the filler neck. I just loosen that, slides off this hook. That'll drop out. My 1 9/16, my other, obviously, for the straps, and then we squiggle our way to the front. Here's my quick disconnect right there for the plug. Or for the pump, we'll be putting another one in, obviously. We'll have to run a whole new wire and another relay up front. That's a capped off vent line. So this line will take off as well. So I'll have to get a Phillips. I don't know if you can see very well, not much light, sorry. We'll get a Phillips, and then this goes into the vent line up the car, boop, to the front. Since I'll be utilizing the vent line, I think, or the return as another for a second pump, and then I'll put my return into another return I have set up in here. But yeah, so that'll be pretty quick and easy to drop, and then we can slide a tank around and get to the AN fittings and whatnot. Shouldn't be too heavy, below half a tank, like I said, a third probably. So enjoy the struggleness of me taking this down and not spilling a whole whack. A couple 9/16. Probably should have pumped some out. Bring back my foot. Gotta feel the tensile strength of this wire. probably missed all of it because my leg was in the way. This is what we're working with here. So this is the stock system. Found the tensile strength of that wire for the fuel sender. This was my old school return, and I've obviously capped that off as you can see. That's the pump there. It does look like it leaks a little bit, from it. But either way, we'll forward. We'll take those out, slide the tank out. There, got it out. In case you're wondering, most of your guys' tanks you're gonna buy for your vehicles, remanufactured ones, are made in Canada. Just a fun fact for you. At least for the factory ones. Obviously the EFI ones and stuff come from Holley or Rick's tanks, but okay, this is what I'm talking about. We got to get this down. So to get this off, we'll get an Allen, spin these out. I think one of these, this one here was stripped. You can see I was using vice grips there for a little bit, but got to get this out and we'll get to the meat and potatoes. There we go, got her undone. So the trick is to loosen these J clamps or whatever they are. And have to go back into the grooves. One that, was the one I'd use for the pliers, so never got out of the way, but we wiggled it out. This is the Holley kit, so let's get it out and let's fab up, make it a dual. One thing to note when you're doing this is stuff does get loose over time. So these hose clamps got loose because of this got shrunk, right? The rubber around the gasket around. Also, these two bolts that hold on this bracket are now loose. We have to take them off anyway, so I can undo the clamp for this. You know what? I might even leave that because I'm going to put my dual pump, which is actually the out. So, or the return, sorry. So we're going to have, both of these are going to be out. In return, I could put back into vent or to the one on top of the tanks that I showed you. So actually, I'll probably, take this out. This is my return, put it over here. It won't have a tube to return. I'll just vent out, or it'll go through there, right down there, right down there. It'll just splash back in, and then like I said, take that out, put the dash 8 in. But for now, we'll tighten this up, retighten, we'll get the other pump, we'll get it measured on. We'll have to cut this to make it fit. We'll get a big hose clamp to hopefully do both. I think I might have a couple here. If not, project will be on hold till I get some more, which I think I have to do. This one thing I forgot about, and I don't think the box comes with any. So this kit comes with various filters to fit various fuel systems. I mean, that one looks all right, but we'll get to that when we get there. It comes with a wiring harness, your gasket around the pump, I don't know, something else, hoose, some twisty ties to tighten up the hose. But either way, I'm gonna have to drill another hole on the top here and to put wires through for power. But we can do that. We might as well do that now, actually. It doesn't really matter if we do the pump then and then that. I guess we'll try the pump first. If it doesn't work, at least we don't have a hole. I guess I can always RTV it up, but thinking in my head here, obviously. So this is what we're gonna do. Pick the same sock as the one that's on here, because it worked well already. And then we're gonna kind of, so it levels out, have it so, well, it doesn't really fit on there very well. Maybe I won't use this one. Got too much wiggle. Find a tighter one. Okay, found a better one. Fits tighter, still like has a lot of room for fuel to get in. Anywho's, back at her. So let's measure it out so it matches with the other one. We want to cut about there. Gives you the hose clamp. Like this. Now we're tightened it up. Don't know why I'm talking like that. I have no idea what even accent that is, if it even is one. But anywho, hose clamp is fun to use, of course. While we're at it, we'll tighten the other one. Is the thing already getting loose? Gotta retighten those. They've gone loose again from me just wiggling it. Look at that. Come on, Holley. And these such a small one that you can't really get any like oomph in it. what is that, a 2 mil Allen. Come on, look on, make it a little better. So now we're gonna have the problem of, you know, putting that to there. Because I don't think I have big enough hose clamps. Well, I'm gonna have to get some hose clamps, but we can get caught up to that point still. So we'll have to drill a hole to put these wires through. So we'll find a spot, probably beside the ones that came out. Flip upside down here. Nope, it's got its own plug. There's one in the center right here. Look at this crap. These things are like loose on here from the factory one. Come on, Holley, do better. Anywhoos. So I drilled a hole through the top here. There's a spot where I wasn't going to interfere with the galleries. Just got some black silicone in there now drying. But in the meantime, we can take that one out, put a -8 in, take that out, put that in place. There we go. Dual feed, return. And now we just got to put, I have these connectors, I put this one on here. We'll put one onto here, then this will be done except for the hose clamps, which we'll have to get tomorrow. Then after that, we'll have to get another relay set up with a, using the one fuel pump relay to start to remote the other one. And we'll have to run another red wire all the way back. Whoop. And also, we can also do the Y as well too, right? Make those lines up. So we can go with two into one. I don't know, we can guess on those. You can probably make them about 8 inches to a foot long type thing. Do the Y, then have to cut the other one obviously shorter when that time comes. And then the return will still be the same. Got the little rubber gaskets on. I'm going to, I already lost it, there it is. Make them a little longer with the wires. This thing is a cat's meow. I'll tell you what. If you're still using the old way to strip wires, don't. Get you one of these. Okay, we get 2 of the push pins. We'll try to get 2 that are the same. I messed up and I made that one, made 1 of each. But we will do this right the first time. You're tight, so now all you do is you slip these in the orientation you want. So hear a click. Pull back, it won't come out. Same thing on this one. Pull back, it won't come out. If you're really good, you have these kind of pre in there, but you know, this works too, just shoving them in there. Keeps the water out. You clip it and it holds in the rubber gaskets. There you go. And that's how you do that. We'll obviously have to do one for the other side for a shorter ground and then my power wire. When I run it, got another kit from Amazon, the old wiring kit here. We're going to do the ground first, because that'll ground to the mount of the actual relay. Now I've already lost it. It's over here. Man, these kids are acting a fool out here. You guys probably hear them. These are heat shrink too. At least I think they are. Yeah, I think they are. So I can get my heat gun out, melt that down. And then next we're going to have to crimp these on. Well, I'm going to mount it now. Now that we have the ground, I can bring it around, mount it. And then we can go to getting all this wired up. There's the middle wire we don't use, the yeller. I can't remember what it's for. I have to read the instructions, but I cut on the other one. So obviously white, blue, and red we'll use. Phew, I am just a wiring genius. Not. There we go. Even got it labeled FP2. The wires are kind of okay-ish, not really, but they're tucked far enough away from heat. Anyway, got it ran all the way to the back of the car. Boop. So this is pretty much buttoned up. I mean, I can test it. I'll get a test light down there. I'll test it, but I have it, my remote coming to the first fuel pump. I cut into the power wire out of that and then spliced into the remote on the FP2. I put a fuse in, a 30 amp fuse, obviously grounded there. So it should work. In theory, everything should be A-okay. Yeah. I even shortened up my wiring down here, so there's not, used to have red dangly wire before a little bit, not lots of course, but just a little. But yeah, that's where we're at there. Got all the wiring figured out, she's all plumbed in, test lighted it, we gooch, man. Okay, well, that's a wrap for tonight. We're back tomorrow to finish off that Y. I said we were gonna do it tonight, we're not going to. We're gonna do that tomorrow, get those hose clamps, I don't know what size. I don't know, I'll measure, okay. we'll grab a couple 4s, a couple 5s, a couple 6s, and we'll put it back together and let's hope it works. Well, I didn't need the clamps. I had the old ones I used last night. I did it after I shut the camera off. Ended up using the old clamps, just a 1 clamp each. So it sat overnight, the next day obviously, so this will be nice and dry, our silicone. Like I said, wiring's all done, so we just got to build our Y with, and as you know, AN fittings are fun to do. Get some tape around this bad boy. I don't need much for length on the Y. 6 inches will be plenty. I just kind of guessed here, but tape on this, make sure it's nice and taut. Only needs a few rounds. There we go. Okay, let's cut it down. Gotta plug it in. My safety squints didn't safety too well. Here we go. Just gotta put the olive in now. I hate doing this stuff. Prickling your fingers on the wire all the time. There we go. Now I give it a little tuck to-y. Here we go. And now we thread this on, and it's even ratcheting. One done. Woo-wee. Behold, I got it. That was fun. A little bit of pinchy fingers, but the Evil Energy stuff's not as crazy as like the Russell brand. It's not as high quality, but that stuff's fun to do. But these never leak. I've only had one ever leak, and I just had to tighten it up a little bit more. Like this part, not the actual fitting part. So this works pretty well, Anywho's, blow some brake clean through these, and then blow some air through them, and we'll hook them to the Y. Behold my contraption. Pumps in. Oh, God, there's no more silicone on there. Anyway, you got those both on there. I mean, does it flow? Yes. Does it look good? No. Can it be better? Yes. Obviously, if I had a straight, that'd be ideal, but I think that'll work. It'll be okay. We'll see. Now we have a slider underneath, and so if we can hook that up, and then get it up into place, hopefully, with a big struggle, probably. Well, you got to miss all the fun because I forgot to hit record, but guys, drain your tanks. Just do it. Don't be an idiot. Think, yeah, I'll get it low. You know, under half should be fine. Nope, no, it's not. Oh no, I need you. Struggling, cutting myself, pinchings. Well, as you can see, I have to rotate the hat. It's pinching the one cable there, or one, not cable, but fuel line, so we'll have to turn it towards the driver's side of the vehicle. I don't know, a couple inches. Missed that hump there. Darn it, I gotta drop it all now. That sucks. There, got her mounted. Got the neck done. Let's slide our way back. Slippy, slippy, slippy. There we go. There is my contraption. No pinch lines. Got everything kind of tucked out of the way. Nothing's gonna rub or touch. Everything looks good. Grounds are tight. Both of the plugins are plugged in nice and tight, weather tight. We'll see if there's any leaks now. Let's, I guess, prime it and see what 2 pumps sound like, I guess. Got my vent line on. That's what this is right here. My vent lines. That's why I was able to use the vent line as a return on this. Fingers crossed that there is no leaks. Okay, let's prime it. There's one prime. Oh, we got leakage. We got leakage. Let's see where that came from. Now I get to lay in it. That's awesome. Hopefully it's just a loose fitting. Where'd my light go? Oh yeah. All right. Hopefully we can just tighten that up. To be fair, I don't think I tightened that. if memory serves me right. Yeah, see, it's a little loose. There we go. Let's try that again. Dry it off. Because that fitting has been on the car since I had the fuel pump, so that shouldn't be leaking. Like the fitting itself, just had to be loose. Let's try again. I don't see dripping. I'm just gonna dry that up. I don't see dripping, but we'll dry that up and try it again. Okay, let's try that again. Let's see if it starts. So far, so good, no leaks. Good, guys. One more check for leaks. Nice and dry. So, successful 2-pump operation on that Holley, they call it a sniper actually. Let's see. Yeah, the Holley sniper. Retrofit for a corrugated gas tank. Excuse me, going forward, the only thing that makes it be able for a corrugated gas tank is use like a 1-inch gasket, and when you tighten it, compresses, right? And it goes to the corrugation. But honestly, you could probably get away with like the thick window stuff for doing windows, like this stuff here, but thicker. As long as it's gas resistant, could tell you. Maybe some silicone, I don't know, because it was compressed right down to thin, and it leaked a bit as you guys saw, but, or I showed you in the beginning when I dropped the tank. But anywho's, you're able to do both. You have to kind of, yeah, the pump's got to be real squished together to do it, to fit in the hole. I think it's a 4-inch hole or something, whatever the instructions say to install it. But regardless, fit, we're done. Now we got all the fuel. Next is injectors. If we run into leaning issues, it'll be injectors. These are 55 pounders. 5-Tech sells 80s are the next, and honestly 80s a lot. Even 55 pound. The 600 horsepower mark. But to determine that, you can just check your steps. You want to stay below 80% of the, let's say steps, 80% steps or 80 steps below the 100 mark. So you still have room for error if it ever tries to spike PSI on you for whatever reason. You got that little extra error, but you're not working the injectors too hard. But that's the next year thing. I spent enough money on the car this year because injectors are about $50 a piece. Obviously you need 8 of them, blah, 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 $400 plus shipping, and that's probably American. I'm in Canada, so it's double that. It's not double, but anywho's, I digress. Well, there you go. Pretty stoked. All the fuel. And it really wasn't relatively hard. The hardest part was just dropping the tank and installing that tank because it's over half. It was about under half full. Don't do that, guys. Drain it. I was going to. I have a jerry can. I could have drained out 40 liters or 20 liters into a jerry can, which would have helped. But we muscled it. We got it. Hey, guys. Well, next, hopefully, I'll get the race at this Saturday, which will be the 21st. This video might come out on Friday. We'll see. It'll come out on Monday if I end up racing it the Saturday, but it's showing rain so far. That's still 6 days away, but if it doesn't rain, I'll include this with the racing to show that it works. And if not, well, maybe I won't. I don't know, guys. Maybe I'll make this own video, make that a separate, because it's Tuner Bash season closer 2024. And I did one on season opener, so figure it out when we get there. See you on the next one.